Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. So I've got a couple of things to talk about. A lot of this is sort of just, hey, stuff is happening kind of like next week primarily, but let's start off with this. So the upcoming Avatar board game, Avatar Journey of Aang, its Gamefound crowdfunding campaign is going to be starting next week. It's going to be September 19th will be the launch. I don't think they've put this out anywhere like officially. It doesn't say it anywhere, but they told me in emails that that's when it's going to be, and they said that I can just mention it. So just be aware. So in 9 days, you will actually be able to kind of pledge for this to kind of secure your copy of it. I'll also mention at this point in 2 days, so on the 12th, I will be releasing my preview for this game, because of course they sent me the kind of like early kind of prototype review copy of this to talk about, and I will have a pretty long video on the 12th out, so a week before the campaign goes live, to talk about it. I think it's a good game, so I'm pretty positive on it overall, but that video will have a full sort of like how to play, going over the various like components and stuff like that, as well as giving feedback on the game at this specific kind of point in time, because again, what they sent me here is not the finalized version. This is going to be a crowdfunding campaign that will, apparently what they're saying is the stuff will ship more towards summer next year. So July 2025, I think is what they're saying initially. So it's still, you know, a bit away from actually officially releasing, so there's time for stuff to change, but I think a lot of it is in a pretty finalized state. So you'll see more about that in my video on the channel in 2 days. But from there, we will move into this. So this is a new kind of book release or product release for today. So September 10th, the APA Plus Journal from Insight Editions is now out. So obviously it is just a journal, but it's a kind of deluxe journal where it has the kind of cool kind of fur plush APA on the front, as well as some like Avatar stuff on the kind of interior pages. But obviously it is just a journal, somewhat expensive for what it is, but as a kind of, you know, fun thing, I suppose if you see it somewhere, you can get it for a good price. It's a nice little kind of item, I think, to see them finally kind of release something again. So there's that. Next, an update on the Uncle Iroh's Adventure Guide for the RPG. So of course, if you kind of did the pre-order, you already have the PDF. I've already done some of my videos on this, more still to come covering the adventures. I'm probably going to get started on them in the next week or two. Have 5 adventures to go through here, so still a bit more coverage to do on this book. But in terms of the physical release, this is the email that they sent me and I guess everyone else who's pre-ordered it in terms of the physical copy. So the production on the book is complete. It's en route to fulfillment centers in the US, UK, Canada and Australia. This means you can expect your order to be shipped to you no later than November 7th. And they're saying that, hey, if you've pre-ordered it and need an address change, please do it before September 20th. So I don't think I've got notification that it has shipped yet, but they're obviously suggesting that over the next couple of weeks it's going to start shipping. People are going to start getting this, and I'm guessing the November thing is probably going to be in or around when the book becomes available just for standard like order. Like, it's just the book is out, you can buy it, you can get the physical copy, you can get the PDF kind of copies. It is somewhat unusual the way they do this, where like there's a pre-order window, and basically if you pre-order it you get sort of early access to it to a certain degree, and then it hits sort of like mass kind of release. So just an interesting one. So if you missed the pre-order, it seems like probably at some point in November you will have your opportunity to get the Uncle Iroh Adventure Guide here, which is actually a pretty good book. So pretty positive for me. I'll link my 2 videos that I have out so far about this. So far I've done the one covering the legend NPCs, including Liu Ten, Tagaka and a variety of other characters, and then also the general lore section on the new location you can see in the background here, Jasmine Island. They're the 2 videos I have out for this. Last but not least, Netflix Geeked Week is also next week. So, we get some of the details here. So, Avatar: The Last Airbender stars Dallas Liu and Ian Ousley, I forget the pronunciation on that, will be live at Geeked Week on September 19th for earth-shattering reveals. So, I think up to now we'd only really known that, okay, Geeked Week itself is starting the week of the 16th, but now it seems to tell us that the 19th is also going to be when we get the Avatar information, and it's going to be presented, I guess, by two of our main cast members here, which I think is quite interesting. They say earth-shattering, of course, for, I'm guessing, multiple reasons. One, the book that's coming up next is Book 2 Earth, and of course, second, we are all expecting, I think, across the board, everyone is going in 100% with the expectation that they announce who they got to play Toph. So we are fully expecting the actress for Toph to be announced at this event. Otherwise, I think they might end up slightly disappointing people. Now, of course, there's a variety of other characters they have to announce, like Ursa, Earth Rumble characters, the Earth King, King Kuei, Long Feng is going to play a significant role, of course, and so on. There'll probably be a couple of new characters as well, as we know, Bonesaw we heard about, and I covered that in a previous video, as well as a couple of generals. I do wonder visually, like, what they have here, of like, okay, cool, they might be bringing out Toph's actress, but like, do they have any concept art to show us, and is that even going to be super representative about what's going on with the show? Because like I said, for me, in terms of where I'm at with the show, I think probably the most telling thing about Book 2 is going to be how many episodes it is, and sort of how long those episodes are, because they certainly need more time than Season 1 got to tell the story. They did a pretty good job given some of those kind of limitations, but I think the expectation is that improvements do still need to be made going into the upcoming seasons. So there's that. And yeah, and they continue to highlight that Avatar is a pretty big part of this, and they've been updating like their thumbnails and stuff like that on the videos and trailers, and Avatar is featured in pretty much all of them to some degree. So they're really leaning into Avatar as being one of their bigger shows, and the fact that they're going to be revealing information before they've properly started filming and doing stuff for season 2 is, I think, kind of telling that they feel like, yeah, we have to do this. We have to keep people up to speed on this, because it's a big project that we have going on here. So definitely interesting. I'm excited to see kind of what happens here. I'm excited as well to just see what the excitement level is in the fandom for us getting a piece of Netflix Avatar news, because while I think there's been a general popularity of it since like it launched, it's definitely, I think, mostly tailed off at this point, because we've gone into sort of like the gap between seasons. So this being the first, I think, major drop about season 2, I'm interested to see how much of an impact it has with the return of information as we build up to book 2 of live action Avatar. Yeah, that's been the video here. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on this stuff. So obviously, coming up next week, we're going to have Netflix Geeked Week, in addition to, of course, the launch of the Journey of Aang board game crowdfunding campaign, which I'm definitely going to do some coverage on this just to see what they add in. Already, I should probably actually mention this pretty quickly. If you create an account and follow the Gamefound page, and you plan to buy this game, you get this free metal trainer token just by following. So if you want this metal token and are planning to buy the game, you do need to get the free gift by following before the campaign actually launches. While it's still in the preview state, you need to do that. So just be aware of that. So yeah, thoughts on these two things that are happening next week. Does the Appa Journal do anything for you? And Uncle Iroh Adventure Guide physical book shipping, and I suppose we're approaching the full-on release there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.